I have the I'm an old school camera guy, right? I used to be behind the camera a lot, so the idea of being a remote presence from a webcam, from a laptop, just literally sickened me. Like I can't handle that because little known fact around ProMAX, nobody uses the webcams or on their laptops because we bought them all actual desktop webcams that are significantly better, which is a huge step up and probably the bare minimum of what you'd want to do if you do like some of these videos. Like the laptop webcams are okay for like the impromptu video chat, but for like an actual video, like really probably should be the last resort. But for my setup in particular, I actually have a DSLR as my webcam with a slightly long lens, and it's not a fancy DSLR. It's in this particular case, it's a Sony A5100, and it's got a really basic, cheap long lens on it. It's like a 70 to 300, I think. I think that's probably too big. I don't even know what it is offhand. Anyways, it's set up on the far end of my room. This room is actually a little bit longer than a normal room. And then this is just an IKEA cube kind of shelf that I did as a background. And it just gives me some layers. Like one of the big things, when you're setting up a creative shot with anything is you want to layer the shot, right? So those are my layers I've got myself. And in a weird way, this is kind of stupid, but this little monitor that's out in front of me is actually like the first layer, and it serves a purpose. Like it actually sets some depth. The trick here is I'm using a little device from a company called Elgato that converts an HDMI signal into a webcam, and I believe it's called a Cam Link. And they've got a 4K one now. Mine's only a 1080 one. Oh darn! But it's plugged into the camera. I'm just getting an HDMI feed out of the camera through that into the USB of my system, and it just shows up and works in everything that I'm in.